The horse on the left is blind, one on the right is Dawson, and he's her companion. This is Dawson's foot about 30 minutes after this video is made. Please like and subscribe if you like this kind of content, like hooves like this that are really torn up and needing repair. Molly, the blind horse, will be helping out with this video. Trimming a hoof is a conversation, and every conversation's different, which is why when I work, I really don't like to put the hoof down until I'm done with that conversation. Assessing some things here, because what I'm cutting off right now is actually folded over hoof wall because it's been quite a long time since the last trim, and a horse this big can do a lot of damage to a hoof if it's not trimmed. I'm going to start with this beautiful plump frog. Let's see how this thing cuts. Oh, sweet. It is so nice when they cut like that, like cutting butter and then moving into a nice piece of steak. Check this, nice. Yeah, this thing cuts really great. What I'm trying to do here is bring this frog back to its function, because since these aren't wild horses running 20 miles a day, this thing isn't worn down the way it would be in the wild. Make sure that it can perform its functions, which is for concussion, helping the back of that hoof expand, and then the use of the heel bulbs, excreting dirt, being good traction, and being part of the mechanism inside the hoof, which actually can help pump out the blood. So I'm making sure that frog can excrete dirt, lay it in its proper place, and then what I'm doing now is I'm actually beginning the hoof trim, keeping in mind several things. If you've noticed, I have not knifed out that sole. These are my brand new GE nippers. They're such a surgical tool. They've actually replaced a bushing inside pin, which makes it smoother, and it never is going to seize up on me. Precision of those helps me refer to my trims as surgical. Now you see here how that just came off in one single piece, and then I'm on to the next half of the hoof. There's a bit of damage to the front of that hoof, which is really caused by excessive length. And you can see here as I come to the back, when I'm bringing that heel to the widest part of the frog, I take it off, boom. Comes off in one single piece. Then I go to the other side, grab on, bam, single piece. Well, there's a little bit left in the back. Now you see where I've got those heels to the back there? See how I'm trying to bring them to the widest part of the frog? So then I'm going to do a little bit more work on the frog. Make sure my heels are good, so now dirt can excrete from the back, and allow for good expansions when that hoof lands. And here's Molly, of course, continuing to help me with the video. Now I'm actually working on the sole, and I'm bringing that down. I'm actually leaving more sole than it seems. And because I do my trims in what sometimes people refer to as a Mustang roll, you see here that I'm actually nippering at about a 45 angle. What I'm going to try to do here, what I'm doing here is trying to replicate a smooth roll around that hoof wall and no sharp edges, which is what a horse's hoof would be like in the wild if it was worn down naturally. So you see here I'm flattening the hoof with my rasp. I'm going around. You see I have it as an angle, and I'm really working those edges. This is where I can say some of my obsessive work comes, where I'm making sure that it's a good roll downward, because eventually I'm going to bring this thing forward and I'm going to work on that roll from there. So you see how I'm just working toward the back. I'm placing those heels back to the widest part of the frog. I like to run my rasp on the inside here just to clean up any of the garbage and just leave a really beautiful trim, and functional, by the way. But beauty's always good, I think. Just going to make a few little adjustments, get it adjusted toward the front here. I'm using my heavier part of my rasp right then, my rough side, I guess you'd call it. And then I'm going to work my knife a little bit more. And I'm going to go around, and really what I'm doing here, I'm making sure that the bars are where they need to be, which this horse really has not really that much bars that really coming up from the frog. But I'm making sure that frog is going to be flat and is equal to or to below the hoof wall. And voila, one hoof trimmed at about a 45 all the way around. By the way, if you like my video, please like and subscribe. And then you can see here now that I'm going around the front of that hoof wall. Remember, I have that angle from beneath. Well, now I'm working an angle from the top, and I'm going to bring it all the way around. This, of course, is still considered my rough cut, because now I get involved with my rasp on the top. Really working that angle, working that hoof, making sure that it's nice and smooth all the way around, so Dawson can continue to be a good companion to Molly, and let her continue to do things like stick her tongue out just to make me laugh. Please like and subscribe.